minutes anywhere or not, but we had that meeting. And that issue came up, I'm pretty sure you brought it up, Bob. I think you were.
I did ask you
Yeah.
that, because the plan was gonna be bigger.
Yeah, is it going to be more noise? And we were assured at that point, nope, it's going to be just as silent as this one. Be nice if there were minutes about that. I don't remember the minutes, probably 5 years ago. But I do remember that. It was in the summer too, so I think I remember that.
All right, so what are we gonna do?
One question.
We have a motion and a second. Guys,
As far as the complaint goes, there has to be a submittal, and the submittal has to say how much noise the pumps will make, what the decibel readings are. So we just look at the contract, look at the proposal, and it's going to say right in there what the decibel readings should be. And if they're not that,
we have that.
that's it. Then it's their problem.
Bob Burns, Supervisor. Do we know at this point, as Linda stated, we're unsure if Gannett Fleming's been paid for the last 5 or 6 months. Have they been paid? They should have enough money. They were paid, Kevin?
Yes.
Well, why would you pay somebody when you said you were going to hold the payments?
They haven't submitted a bill in, I think it's been 2 months.
Okay, so when you said you weren't going to pay them, that was previous to that. So you haven't released any funds to Gannett Fleming at this point in time?
Not in the last 2 months.
Okay. And they're not under retainage because they don't have a contract, correct?
I don't know that.
Well, I think Ernie Schmidt brought it up about 3 months ago in the meeting, saying that they were just awarded the job to do the design build. Maybe Ernie can give us some more information on that.
No, I really can't give you any information on that, but the comment that was brought up earlier was the 10% retainage. Is that what the number is, the 10% of the contractors?
I mean, usually that's what it is on
Yeah,
jobs,
but
but
I don't know if it's 10.
I don't even know if he's in this.
But normally your retainer is kept for a period of time until after the plan is completed. Usually, generally, it's a year after, and then you review that, and then you give that out. And I hear her talk about the retainage, and I don't believe that, because I've been through these contracts before in my lifetime. And generally, you're holding the retainage as a guarantee, in essence. At certain times, retainages are more than 10% based on the work and the type of work you're doing. So whenever I hear the word here about retainages being sucked off, that's got to be kept there. And any plant, I would assume, whoever did this agreement allowed for retainage to protect you, the owner. And that's typical of any construction like that. And that's, and again, the comment I made, I don't remember everything I say, but the comment I said is that the designer, the engineer, the consulting engineer is always the person who bears the responsibility with any technical defects of the design of the plant. And he shares it.
Thanks, Ernie.
All right, so what are we going to do? Just wait till the Friday's meeting?
well, we haven't voted on it. We have to vote on the agreement to pay. And then, yes, as you proposed. I moved, and I think, do we have a second? I did. And all in favor of that process? Say
Aye.
Aye.
What criteria in Friday's meeting could prevent a payment?
I would guess a design.
Having a meeting, does that mean okay you get paid? I mean,
No, because we could question Gannett Fleming, which is Roger, okay? If it was something that the contractor did, or is it Fleming's problem? That's what we want to get behind, okay? Understood?
Fleming would withdraw their approval. I mean, that's possible. So,
But you just voted to pay Lobar a portion of the retainage. And as Mr.
pending
Schmidt,
Friday's meeting.
pardon me?
Pending Friday's meeting.
But as Mr. Schmidt stated, you can't just start releasing it, you have to look at their contract. If their contract specifies that the 10% is going to be held 6 months until everything's up and operational. You can't just willy-nilly start releasing the retainage because Gannett Fleming tells you to.
No, Linda, you're correct, and hopefully Gannett Fleming didn't do that in breach of the contract.
Well, the
And
thing
as I
is,
think you're confirming
5,000
exactly what Ernie said, and the only place where you have taken one more step than everybody else is by adding in the extras. So if you don't add in the extras and take them as the 10% retainage, if that's the case,
when you're saying
then there's
you're
still
not-
10% of the original
You're saying you're
contract.
not holding retainage on change orders?
I'm just saying that that's a possibility. I haven't reviewed the contract for whether
There's
an additional 10%.
almost $91,000 in change orders. And these change orders are crucial for the operation of the plant. So if there's an issue with the footers on the filter building, or I don't know what change orders, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then the double door on the filter room. If you're not holding retention, and then 3 months from now, something on that particular change order breaks down, you have no recourse. This is what retainage is, it's your guarantee. And it just seems like you just, whatever Gavin Fleming says, it's a case of the fox running the hen house. They're approving all the payments and suggesting all the payments, plus they're getting paid themselves. So it just, I can't stress enough that you please continue to hold 10% retainage if that's what's in the contract until the plant is fully up and operational, the noise issues have been resolved, and the residents are happy with what they got, what their tax dollars paid for.
I think it is. I think it's 10% on the original contract. I do think that that's what it is, and that's what will be held and continue to be held.
And we'll verify this all
Yeah.
by Friday.
Thank you.
Eric, I'm not sure, I've seen these bills before, of course, but isn't the billing, is there a 10% reduction right on the bill?
Yes, and on the AIA document.
So the net that they're paying is already, the 10% are out. Is that correct? I'm trying to envision that.
But if you paid them more than 6, in other words, you're almost up to $6 million, now you're almost paying them.
Here it is, amount to be retained, 5% in this bill, $44,000.
Oh, so they dropped it down to 5%.
Yes, and they do that at
They
certain
go to
times in the
50%,
contract.
sometimes in the
After
contract.
you get 50% through, they drop
Okay,
it to
so-
5. Okay, so it's right here in the bill. Okay.
So they have reduced it.
They
Now-
reduced it down to 5%, which is right, but there is a percentage held. Okay.
Next time.
I actually didn't vote because I saw the handout, so could we repeat the vote?
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, roads and signs did distribute, with Bob Burns' help, a list to Tom Eaton today that he's to finish by the end of the week, replacing certain road signs and better potholes, a couple other miscellaneous items that he needs to finish up by the end of the week. Do you have anything to add, Bob?
I'll just keep my eyes up on some tree hangers too.
Under my report, I have the code red system. We did discuss this a little bit at the workshop. Bob, you were not present. I have included in the packet some information on the system. Basically, it's a reverse 911 system that can be used in emergencies to call residents to notify them of evacuations or street cleanings, pothole repairs, police can use it for their emergency purposes. I think Patrick, it's $2,500 a year.
Yes, based on population.
So
Are you recommending this?
I'm recommending that. I have a motion, please.
2,500?
Yes.
I'll move.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Sorry, is there any discussion? Any questions?
Roger, grab a mic, that's a great idea. Glad to see you're doing it.
All those
Oh,
in favor?
I have a comment. As one who doesn't like to get telephone calls that aren't truly important, I would say that we really should make sure that it is only used in the ultimate of emergencies. That the idea that you're going to be fixing potholes on your road may not be
I just use that as an example.
Yeah,
Yes,
but I
it literally
think
used
that
as
certainly
an
the
emergency
nuclear,
purpose.
nuclear power plant having a shutdown or some kind of emission or, active shooter thing or whatever like that, I can see that. But I would hope that it would be something truly of a true emergency, not just information.
Well, it is also meant for public safety, so for example, if there's a water main breakage, if the bridge is out, if there's flooding, if a tree goes down on Walker Road, things that would impact
That
public
happens all the
safety.
time around here.
Something that would truly impact on public safety, people would need to know, and they'll leave a message. If you don't want to answer your phone, they'll just leave a message, you can just listen to the message. But I think we would want to maybe err on the side of safety. We don't want someone coming back and saying, why didn't you tell me there was a tree down on my road? So I think there'll have to be some kind of Kevin, there'll be a
Patrick and I work together
what has
to
to.
come up with some kind of a policy and who has access to it, when it can be used.
This is voluntary, correct?
Right, that was a
To the
comment.
receiver?
Yeah, you have to register your phone number, if you have a phone call, you don't have to register.
Right. So if you don't want to be notified about anything, don't sign up.
Yes.
Have you okay for, does this include power outages?
Yes. Okay, I think we're still waiting for a vote.
Did we vote?
No.
Do you have a motion and a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
I don't have anything under old business, under new business. Supervisor Dexter asked me to include Melbourne Hills.
I think we already discussed that
Okay.
earlier in the meeting.
Any other public comment?
Roger, grab a mic, just one, if we could, for the work session, I guess, have an update on where we're at with the collection system, easements and such. Whatever you could offer in public, anyway, as to where we stand on all that. And projections and stuff like that.
Where we are with the easements? I think the easement documents were drafted and the easements are being discussed with the individual property owners. So that has to be resolution before the project can go out for bid.
Any idea of the timeline yet?
I think we'd like to try and wrap it up by the end of the month if we could. If it's possible.
That's my concern. Quicker the better. But then people signed up, paying fees.
I'm sorry, Bob, but I'd like to revisit that issue that you kind of wanted to push off earlier about the transparency issue about why we don't read off the individual technical items anymore. You were discussing it a little bit, and it kind of got into disorder, and I don't think I heard right where, if we made any decision of we're going to go in any particular direction with that.
Yeah, we decided. Put it back in.
We're going to put it back in.
Yeah, we agreed that it's starting with this month, it will be a part of the minutes. So when you look up the minutes, it will be in the back of the other documents.
Good, thanks.
Bob Burns, Interville Road. Can we have Carol readdress her statement on the Ragusa Creekside procurement, which she had said in her engineer's statement? I meant to bring it up at that point in time, if there was other discussion.
Fine, just a minute.
Yeah.
Sewage facility planning documents were returned to PADEP in the past month. It is anticipated that the state will allow the applicant to return to the project site to proceed with chipping down trees, installing erosion and sediment control facilities, and continued site clearing work. The plan cannot be finalized and recorded until the FEMA letter of map revision is obtained. And I prepared and submitted this report a week ago. I actually just yesterday, I believe, received in the mail the DEP approval of their sewage facilities planning. So that was approved. I just got that since writing this report.
So the way I'm understanding, you're saying that the state's going to allow them to go back and start work when we haven't received the developer's agreement, which I've asked you guys to look into ahead of time to make sure, from your comment before, that the project's a $2.5 million project, that money is all put in escrows. And you're saying it can't be recorded?
So we have let me step back. The project has conditional approval. For the project to be recorded, they're going to have to meet all the conditions of approval. And the conditions include the FEMA letter of map revision, the posting of the escrow, the execution of a developer's agreement, and the homeowners association. And I'm doing this off the top of my head, gentlemen. Am I missing anything that strikes you? So all those things have to be done before I sign the plan and the board signs the plan and it goes to the courthouse for recording.
Okay, so where does it say that they get to go in and start chipping, clearing, and whatever before that's done? Because if you read the plan is very clear on the sequence of events as to what was supposed to be done and the order it was supposed to be done. They've already gone way past that point in time. They were supposed to come in and clear for Basin A and Basin A only. Okay, so there should be no work being done on the site. In addition, you guys allowed them to go ahead and widen the driveway, the construction entrance. Obviously, there was no additional permit fees paid for that. Isn't the permit fee supposed to be designed on the cost of the amenity that they're putting in?
Well, first of all, I don't handle those permits, but the solicitor's office, and I don't know that Rowan in particular is familiar with it, but the solicitor's office provided a legal opinion months ago regarding the reading of the municipality's planning code and what the township could or couldn't keep that applicant from doing. And from that legal opinion, my understanding was we can't stop them from proceeding with the plan work. They can't sell a building lot or pull a building permit until the plans are recorded.
And if they're violating erosion and sediment control laws or regulations, the county can come in and shut them down.
Yes, they are under an NPDES state permit for
Right.
erosion and sediment.
But it's their property, just like you own property. And in one reading of the municipality's planning code, and part of the opinion that we issued was, the law is actually written that they have to do the site clearing and they have to do the site preparation before we even record the plan. So the law is written the entire opposite way. Now, what we usually, how the system usually works is that they establish a financial security so that we are sure that these public improvements will be completed, and then we allow the recording of the plan prior to the completion of all the public improvements. But the way the MPC is written, the municipality's planning code, it requires them to do all the site work, all the roads, all the tree clearing, all the sidewalks, curbs, piping, utilities, before we even record the plan. But nevertheless, you know, the township can watch them like a hawk, but it doesn't mean they're doing anything illegal if they're doing work on their property.
Terry, you've been in the business for 45 years. You ever done it this way?
I mean, when we go into a job, we have the plan and everything, and it's signed for us. But I'm saying, it's the way the law reads.
Well, I believe he's mistaken on the MPC. Our law supersedes the MPC, and the 145.16 says they have to comply with it. So, you know, look, guys, I've asked you time and time again, there's other residents that feel the same way. Stop letting these outsiders come in here. They owe $2.5 million in an escrow, put it in there. Marla started the meeting off stating that the developer's going to put it in the homeowner's dock, which Mr. Tonkinen had already said that that was going to happen, okay? Then we got a trade-off after Carol Schuler, you know, said to them, all right, we'll give you the difference in the paving as long as you write it in. Let's get all these documents done, okay, before anything else happens. Let's get the money, you know, yeah, they put $20,000. And I believe after the last meeting, I was talking to several residents, and they feel that during the period of time since you guys approved it in October or November, they saved $125,000 by not going and getting their line of credit for this project. They put $20,000 up for Carol's time and for inspection fees, which Carol could probably tell you that probably only a very small portion of that $20,000 was used. Okay? They need to post the whole thing. I mean, it's done every other township. It's done this way. Why are we different? And if you're going to let them do it, then when Melbourne Hills comes in here, they're going to run away. When DeSanto gets turned over, they're going to do the same thing. Let's stop it right now, okay? I mean, you know, I've been asking you for this for 6 months.
I'm all for doing it right, and I think the rest of the board is. I'm going to follow what the attorney says. If the law reads that they can do it, I'm going to tell you something. I myself are not going to go against them or vote no, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to look out for the township, because they have the right to sue, and it's happened. And once a builder sues a township, you're in trouble. You lost all rights of everything. They can come in and build what they want with you saying nothing. It happened in King of Prussia. It can happen at this little township. So I'm going to tell you, I'll do exactly what the law reads to fit what our attorney will tell us what to do. Okay? Now, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing, but I'm going to watch out for it. We don't get into a lawsuit because we can't afford a lawsuit in this township.
No, I understand.
We hold all of the cards.
Yes.
They don't have a plan. It has not been signed. It has not been recorded. We hold, still, they have to meet every requirement, including all of those you just talked about, before they get what they want.
Okay, so if Carol says she's not in charge of the permit, which LTL will be in charge of the permit when they extended the construction